I strode out of the throne room, my destination being Master Leland's quarters, the resident expert in magic in the capital. He was a powerful mage of his own right. His gift was manipulating emotions, specifically an individual's fear. Against trained and ready mages, it was next to useless, but against a helpless bandit? I walked into Leland's private study, surprised to see him hunched over an old parchment. Done already? He looked up, removing his glasses. He was only in his 30s, but he acted like an old man most of the time, engrossed in old riddles and puzzles like no one I'd ever seen. He was all too anxious to spill his guts, told me everything I wanted to know, and more besides. I raised an eyebrow. He was that susceptible to magic? Well, that's the thing. I didn't have to use any. I sat down, my brow furrowing. When he heard your name back at the tower, he showed fear. I believe it was towards my title, rather than me. To figure it out, I lied, saying I'd bring another magister in here if he refused to talk. After that, I had trouble shutting him up. But he and his compatriots seemed all too eager to attack the mages. That doesn't make any sense. Ah, I believe I have the answer. He gestured at the parchment in front of him. Only 3 organizations have ever used Magister as the title for the authority on magical theory and ability in history. The first was the United Armies in the First Demon War, when all the races banded together and defeated their demon overlords. The second is us, the Messianan army. As King Matthias had the utmost respect for the warriors in the First Demon War, believing that the positions named after predecessors would inspire future generations. Leland, I interrupted. Skip to the end. Ah, right. The third is the Pale Guard. Their magisters, however, are not scholars. They're modeled after Ryotian sorcerers, I finished for him. How would a basic slaver know this? He stood. That, he replied, is the fascinating part. Follow me.